364 days out of the year, this is the home of the Chanticleers here at Ord High School. But today, this house, this gym, belonged to the Nebraska Cornhuskers. You know, you guys said 53-7. It might not look like it was a competitive game, but that was a good team you guys faced. And talking about just that physicality you guys wanted to bring.
Memorial Stadium was built here in 1923, just over 100 years ago, and since then there have been several expansions and additions, making this place seat over 80,000 fans in the stadium. It's actually the 5th largest in the Big Ten Conference.
Nebraska's volleyball head coach John Cook, after 25 incredible years here in Lincoln, is officially stepping down.
Switching gears over to the ice, there's 3 guarantees in life: death, taxes, and Lincoln Stars taking down the Omaha Lancers.
Rod, before we go, we can't forget the bling we have here, right? This is our 2nd week in a row now doing this, but this will be given out to the winner of tonight's matchup for our Game of the Week. That's right, our Gold Chain Game of the Week, sponsored by Old Chicago. We knew this was the only way we could do it. Those are the words from head coach Fred Hoiberg tonight after Nebraska's win at Creighton, 74-63. The Huskers.
It might be Super Bowl Sunday for pretty much everyone, right? But the Huskers are in their own version of their Super Bowl. Every game from here on out is a must win.
And I just got dropped off here. This is the official game puck of the Clark Cup, so you can expect this bad boy to be dropping at 7:05 tonight.
And welcome back, everyone. Nate, I know we had a lot of football. We talked. I won't lie, I'm a little footballed out.
Battle for the sword. That is what is going down tonight at Aldrich Field.
And welcome into your Sports Zone Sunday edition live here from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Today was a battle.
If they were to win the title this year, would a title this season mean any different than those 2 seasons?
The wait is no more. The fans finally getting a chance to see the new DBK era. I gotta say, tonight he looks pretty good. I'll tell you what, I'm not much of an artist, but what I can tell you is it certainly feels great to be back here at Memorial Stadium. And I'm sure the fans that were here today all feel in that same way, experiencing their first ever Husker games.
What a win, what a season for this Husker team. It was a win 9 years in the making, and they had fans on the edge of their seats there at the end. Let's go ahead and head to the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl at Yankee Stadium, Nebraska, looking for its first bowl win since 2015 in New York. What better place to play some football? To the action we go. Huskers driving, and the Bronx native Rahmir Johnson is return home. Breaks through for the score. Nebraska up 7-0 in the first. What a start for Johnson and this offense. Fans all around Yankee Stadium loving what they're seeing from the team early on. And let's kick it off and get back to it. Big Red with a stop on defense, and the Huskers turn around for some points in the second. Quinton Ives in for 6. The redshirt freshman giving NU a 13-0 lead. After the PAT was blocked and returned for 2 points, back to where we could go. Dylan Raiola dropping back, finding Emmett Johnson, who is wide open. Nebraska will go up 20-2 late in the third over Boston College. The Eagles would find the end zone, though, after a blocked punt, and everyone starting to bite their nails. Now the score, 20-15. Raiola wasn't going to lose this one. Tucks it and runs, and checked it out. On the slide, Raiola getting hit close to the head and not having any of that. A big shoving match got going, but that tussle would serve as more fuel to the Huskers' fire. Rahmir Johnson would not be denied on this game-clinching first down run, which then puts the Huskers in, you guessed it, victory formation. Raiola delighted, as are the fans. 8 years since their last bowl game, 9 since their last bowl victory. The hometown kid, Rahmir Johnson, with 59 yards and a touchdown to secure the MVP. What a finish for the 6th-year senior. Hoist that trophy and fire the confetti. Nebraska is once again bowl winners, Pinstripe Bowl champs, and a better than 500 record for the first time since 2016. Not a bad way to ring in the new year.
A field goal from 48 yards out, made by a 5th grader last weekend in a game.
Go, 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 go!
Meet Neo Zuniga, the 11-year-old behind that kick, who's been playing for a couple years now and credits his strong leg from playing soccer at a young age.
I had no clue that I was going to be able to make that, and I just went for it, and then I guess I made it.
I wasn't even paying attention, to be honest with you, when he had the kick. Looked, I didn't even count the yards, so I absolutely had no idea. But I knew it was big because I saw the coaches jumping, more excited than the players. So I knew that something was up, you know. But
Neo and his coach said it was a bit windy that day, so they decided to give it a shot.
Coach has seen me kick in practice, so he knew that I could do it. So he said, "Neo, you want to try it?" And I said, "Sure."
So we knew that, you know, the right day he could pull it off. So, like I said, I just asked him and said, "How's your leg feeling?" I was like, "Let's try it."
Now, Neo's 48-yard field goal he made in last week's game here at Viking Stadium wasn't just the first time he made a kick from that distance. It was the first time he even attempted one.
Well, I've gotten close to it. I haven't done that mark. I've never gone farther, but I've gone from the 40 and 45 in practice.
The Eagle Elementary student enjoys fishing, playing soccer, football, and basketball. And while you're catching up this past week, he nailed a 45-yard field goal. It's safe to say Neo could have a bright future in store.
You know, the crowd was pretty excited, even the other team. So to see someone kick it that far, but
Everyone's just cheering. I heard the people in the stands cheering. I was just super excited.
Reporting in Lincoln, Jake Homan, Channel 8 Sports. Betty Chambers, a senior at Palmyra High School, is a state champion after completing a near-perfect season just last week, winning in the 115-pound class. But before she etched her name in Palmyra history, she overcame even tougher battles off the mat.
Well, I was diagnosed with epilepsy in the 4th grade, and then diagnosed with a brain tumor in the 5th grade, and that was kind of hard. It was pretty hard.
And she even worked with the Team Jack Foundation. But that didn't slow Betty down. In fact, it drove her to prove something to others and to herself.
Feeling restricted was hard for me, especially because I'm a very independent person. And so part of the reason why I also wrestled was because of my mom, and also so I could prove to myself and others that I'm more than my diagnoses. If you would have told me as a freshman that I would have won state by my senior year, ending with the record I did, I would not have believed you at all.
And Betty's road to redemption remained on track. But then, just 3 weeks before the state tournament, Betty dislocated her elbow and suffered a seizure, the first she had in 2 years.
That really hurt. But after getting my cast off and being cleared to wrestle, and then winning state taught me that I can, and not to let my epilepsy or my dislocation define who I am as a wrestler.
But Betty's wrestling career is truly an inspiration. Her freshman year, going 15-13, and just 4 years later, completing a 49-2 senior season, capping it off with the state championship. And according to her, all that changed was a shift in mentality.
After the summer, I came back into this season with a better mindset of more of a, I can win, I know I can do it, but I was also willing to lose. So every day I took a notebook and I wrote 7 times 2 sentences. I said, I am a champion, I am worthy of gold. So I wrote that 7 times every day until I believed it in my heart that I am a champion and I am worthy of that gold.
And the message from Betty is simple. If you can put your mind to it, you can do anything.
I think definitely wrestling taught me, even continues teaching me life lessons all the way to the very end. Just knowing that I can. And so can you, so can everybody else. So.
Where are the other people who may have been involved in the plot, and what is being done to protect big events? Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Jake Homan. Rod Fowler has the night off. Police say the driver intentionally plowed into a crowd in New Orleans during New Year's celebrations. Speaking at the school's graduation ceremony today, just hours after this devastating event took place. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Jake Homan. Mackenzie Johnson has the night off. Tragedy striking Dawson County today when deputies entered a home.
Which month has the coldest record low for Lincoln?
Rusty, I think with how next week is, projecting to look, I think the obvious choice could be January. I'm going to go with B.
It is January.
Okay.
January 12th, 33 below, but not far behind February, 31 below.
Yeah, I hope we're not getting any of those numbers just yet. Appreciate that. Thank you so much, Rusty.